All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. This is one that happened a few weeks ago, but someone tweeted it, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
A man in a wig was detained after throwing a piece of cake at the Mona Lisa.
I mean, I would love to know why that happened.
I would like to know why as well. A man who seemed to have been disguised as an old woman in a wheelchair threw a piece of cake at the Mona Lisa in Paris. Video posted on social media shows security guards at the Louvre Museum escorting the man away Sunday as he spoke in French.
Sorry, what's that museum called?
Louvre.
Right, okay.
As he spoke in French about the planet. Think of the Earth. There are people who are destroying the Earth. Think about it.
Think of the Earth.
Artists tell you, think of the Earth. That's why I did this, he says, according to the Associated Press. Another video showed someone clearing the cake off the glass, protecting the Mona Lisa, as onlookers held up their phones to film the incident's aftermath. The 36-year-old man was detained and sent to a psychiatric unit, according to the AP. The original Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci between 1503 and 1519. The oil painting hangs in the Louvre's largest room, according to the museum's website.
I thought you were about to tell, the way you said that, you're like, the original Mona Lisa. I was like, you're about to tell me that they made a Mona Lisa 2? Is that what you're about to say? The original Mona Lisa, made by Da Vinci, is no longer on display. Instead, it's the Mona Lisa 2.
Mona Lisa 2 would be something that happens nowadays. Yo, Mona Lisa 2 Electric Boogaloo, my new NFT. Check it out. It's going to be fantastic. This isn't the first time the iconic painting has run into trouble. The protective glass was put up after it was damaged in an acid attack during the 50s. In 1911, the Mona Lisa disappeared from the museum. For more than 2 years, there were no hints on where it could be until someone tried to sell the painting to an Italian art dealer who informed authorities. So, the Mona Lisa was recovered, and her fame was all the greater, the Louvre says on its website.
Honestly, that is absolutely... I don't know if you're aware of this. It's an incredibly interesting and totally true story. The theft of the Mona Lisa is what made the Mona Lisa important. Up until that time, no one gave a shit about the Mona Lisa. No one cares. It was the theft and the mystery of the theft that made it an important painting. I think that's super interesting.
That is pretty crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. What? So it was like, how was it even stolen? So it was just like one of Da Vinci's things was like in a vault and they just like took it?
It might have been hanging at the time. I don't know. I mean, like, again, Leonardo da Vinci as an artist is important.
Right.
But the Mona Lisa as one of his works was a lesser important one. Like, no one really cared. It was just the Mona Lisa. And what ended up happening is when it was stolen, and I do not know the way it was stolen, but when it was stolen, the legend of it, right, the mystery of like, oh, someone came in and just stole this artwork, and it was missing, like you said, for a while, that people started to care about it. And then once it was returned, everyone wanted to go see the art that was stolen, and then it just like built up over time, and now it's like a thing.
Ah, I see. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
that's your news and bonus fact.
Oh my god, we got like 3 bonus facts today.
So many bonus facts.
This may as well be Cox and Crendor fact
show. Yeah, go on. Let's tell them.
Cox and Crendor fact show.
Crendor fact show. That's the name of the episode. All right.
All right. Good. Well, that's it.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Well, speaking of Star Wars, Florida man arrested after posing as Disney World employee and stealing Star Wars R2-D2 replica.
Go on.
A Florida man has been arrested after he posed as a Disney World employee and stole a $10,000 replica of the iconic Star Wars character R2-D2. ABC's Central Florida affiliate WFTV reports David Emerson, Proudfoot 44 of Kissimmee, was arrested.
I think that's how that's called. Yeah, Kissimmee.
Was arrested on May 31st after he
Kissimmee?
I don't know, it's something. After he snatched the droid from Disney World Swan Hotel in an attempt to get hired as a security guard at the Walt Disney World's resort in Orlando.
Whoa, wait, time out. His plan was to steal R2, and then why not just steal R2 and then run?
I don't know.
That R2-D2 unit. I've seen those at Disneyland. Those things are cool as hell. But also, if that thing's $10,000, you could sell it on eBay for some serious money.
Oh yeah, probably. According to police, Proudfoot was seen by hotel security pushing a cart on the property while wearing an orange work vest and a Disney World name tag. Security
and they were like, "Sir, I'm sorry, what are you doing?"
"Oh, I work here." Security guards who suspected something suspicious was taking place subsequently escorted Proudfoot to the Yacht Club Resort to retrieve his belongings and his driver's license from the employee lockers, at which point they called law enforcement. Proudfoot allegedly told police he had a pending application with Disney World security and was only moving the R2-D2 replica in an effort to show weaknesses in the security of the resorts.
That'll teach him.
Yep. Look, it's like stealing from somebody's home, being like, "You really got to upgrade your security. I got in here pretty easy."
It reminds me of that time long ago I was doing a vlog and some guy messaged me like, "Look, in your background, I saw a tree. And I pinpointed where that tree was on a map, and I know exactly where you live. And I'm just letting you know a crazy person could find that out." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, people are insane. There's some crazy people out there. It's like, "Yeah, I've pinpointed your location and shown up at your house to show you that somebody could do that to you, and now I'm going to leave. Good day."
Well, what's insane is that in the hacker world, I guess that is a frequent thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I guess if you hack somebody's website and then you say, like, "I hacked it and I can show you how to, like, not have it hacked," they'll hire them, which I guess doesn't translate well to the real world.
Yeah. He also later admitted to breaking into 3 separate arcade machines at Disney Wilderness Lodge, Boardwalk Resort, and the Grand Floridian Resort. Proudfoot has been charged with 2 counts of grand theft, 1 count of petty theft, 1 count of obstruction by false information, and 1 count of scheming to defraud. According to court records, he made a written plea of not guilty on June 24th. So he's not guilty, but he broke into 3 machines and removed
he was
an
doing
object.
It for them, Crendor. It was for them.
He was stealing R2-D2.
But for Disney. He was saving Disney from itself. If anything, he's like the rebellion, fighting against the Empire.
He's essentially kidnapping their child. R2-D2 is like a Disney child.
It was his only hope. He was the only one who could stop it.
"You're lucky I'm not an actual kidnapper. Well, your kid would be gone."
I stole your kid, but you're lucky I only did it for you. I was trying to save you. Yep.
Man, what a guy.
What a guy. All right, so what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. We got a Florida man special.
Oh, thank God. We need one. Now more than ever, he must return.
And he has. Florida man who evaded deputies by jumping into swamp, arrested after trying to outrun authorities on lawnmower.
I have so many questions. There's a lot to that story.
There's a lot.
Okay, hit me.
7 months after a Florida man jumped into a panhandle swamp to avoid being arrested, he was taken into custody after trying to outrun law enforcement on a riding lawnmower.
Wait, so he escaped in the swamp, or did they catch him then as well?
I don't know. In January, deputies met up with Dusty Mobley, 40, of Holt, along the Yellow River to serve warrants and talk with him about a $40,000 stolen boat. Investigators say Mobley had used heavy machinery, cutting a hole in a metal building to steal the vessel from a business in Baker, Florida. What? Dude just drove up, carved a hole into a building and took the boat. Deputies say Mobley was on the stolen boat when they arrived, but he dove off the side.
Yes!
And disappeared into the swamp to avoid going to jail.
Yes! My man!
When deputies caught up with Mobley again on Saturday, they say he tried to escape arrest by jumping on a John Deere riding lawnmower.
Why do you think that would work? Why, Mobley?
When deputies gave chase and ended up tasing Mobley. Oh, they gave chase and ended up tasing Mobley before taking him into custody. Here is Mobley on the lawnmower.
It looks like he's trying to drift. It looks like he's trying to like lawnmower drift, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's he's trying to do like a spin.
He's just got that hat on too, the straw hat.
Yeah, have you seen the face of his face? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He looks so sad, like they finally caught me.
I mean, I'd be sad too. He escaped once in the swamp.
I guess you would think that a guy would be, if he was able to escape the police, you figure he'd be smarter than to jump on a lawnmower, but he did escape them by jumping in a potentially deadly situation in a swamp.
That's true.
He was like, you know what, I'm going to jump in the swamp. It's the safest bet. I'm like, all right. He didn't really think that one through, so I guess it checks out.
Yep. Mobley had a revolver and a handcuff key in his possession, along with a
handcuff key? Oh, my God.
He had a handcuff key.
He was ready. He was ready.
Along with a pipe with methamphetamine residue.
Well, of course.
Of course. Mobley is facing charges of grand theft of a vehicle, felony criminal mischief, 2 counts of resisting an officer, possession of a concealed weapon by a felon carrying a concealed handcuff key, possession of drug paraphernalia, and felony failure to appear. No bond.
Yep.
Yep.
No bond.
No bond.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. So this one was sent to us by actually a few people, and it's kind of weird because it's like 3 years old, but I don't care because it's a good one, and I don't think it's fake.
Okay.
Florida man caught feeding wild alligator resists arrest. Quote, he's a good boy and he loves bagels.
You know what? That reminds me of this tweet I saw on Twitter a while ago that I think went pretty viral and was very funny. This woman went to a 7-Eleven in the morning and she sees a lizard next to the coffee, and the cashier's like, no worries, that's just Marvin. He likes the smell. And so then 7-Eleven replies with, oh, can you give us the store location? We'd love to check in on Marvin, wink. And she's like, no way, I'm not going to narc on my buddy. And so I think about that when I think about this story, because it's just like, dude likes bagels. Leave him alone. He just likes bagels. Yeah, he's not causing any trouble. The man likes bagels. Let him have his bagels.
Likes bagels. Florida man who allegedly resisted arrest after being caught illegally feeding an alligator named Hank in his neighborhood pond described the 10-foot beast as a good boy and a good friend. Paul Fortin, 67, was issued a citation by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission over the incident in May at a pond in Catriona Drive, Daytona Beach. But he was arrested by police and taken to Volusia County Jail after refusing to accept the citation and resisting an officer without violence. Fortin, who says he is a disabled veteran, told News 6 he regularly fed Hank the alligator. He's a good boy. He lets me pet him, he told the channel. He just sits there and he loves bagels. He was such a good friend. The alligator lover added.
He does sound like a good friend.
The alligator lover added. It's illegal. It's totally illegal to do it. Did I know it? No. Did I know I couldn't feed a turtle? Alligators? Yeah, I kind of knew that. I don't know. Maybe I'm Dr. Doolittle. Maybe. You know what? That seems like a reasonable response. Maybe. He was reportedly caught after a report by a neighbor led to the FWC discovering a Facebook video of Fortin feeding the alligator, filmed by himself. The FWC did not respond immediately to Newsweek for comment. In Clearwater, Florida, an 11-foot alligator crashed through the window of a woman's home and wreaked havoc in the kitchen. Mary Wischusen told the Tampa Bay Times she wasn't surprised to see an alligator in her home, but she was surprised by the response. A Facebook post about the incident by Clearwater Police Department went viral, and neighbors began calling her the Gator Lady. The reptile destroyed her dining table, left holes in her walls, and smashed her stash of wine. Strangers have since left bottles of wine at her home to replace those she lost. I like to imagine she goes up to him. She's like, this isn't a 74 Cabernet Bordeaux.
Yeah.
This is trash. In June, an alligator... Wait, are these just like... They're just throwing in alligator stories down here? These aren't even related.
I think because they ran out of actual stories. They ran out of... like facts about the alligator that eats bagels. They're like, other gators do wacky things too?
Yeah, I think that's... I mean, do bagels harm alligators? Like, I can get it if bagels are, like, hurting the alligator.
No, people just thought it was weird, but it's not weird. Everyone loves bagels, and if you don't, you are worse than an alligator is what I think this is saying.
Let's see. Hold on. Reddit is here. How unhealthy is it for alligator to eat bagels?
I can't believe there's going to be something on this. I refuse. There is not one study on alligators eating bagels. It has never happened.
Let's see. It says apparently alligators are able to metabolize carbs, and farmed alligators can put on weight from cheap feed. So, I mean, it's like, you know, people. They're just cheap carbs.
You know what? Never say that about a bagel. Bagels are delicious. Cheap carbs. How dare you?
It depends. We talked about bagels last week.
And I will always talk about bagels.
I mean,
there will never be a time I don't talk about bagels.
I mean, I like bagels, all right, but I put on cream cheese, and I feel like you just need some fiber. Like, if you get like a whole grain bagel, it's probably better for you. You get the fiber with it. But if you're just getting like, you know, the white bread bagel or whatever it is, you're probably not gonna be as healthy.
I mean, I guess I'm not gonna tell you how to eat your bagels. You do what you want.
I mean,
no judgments here.
You do what you do. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm the person where, like, I don't drink any, like, diet soda or anything. Like, if I have a Sody Pop, I usually have those little mini ones. And I'll have, like, half the mini one. I just want that taste. But I'm going to drink the sugary one because, like, I don't want the diet. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. No, I understand that. I'm not saying don't, you know.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to eat a bagel is filled with, like, the shitty carbs and whatever, like, that's fine. As long as you're not doing it all the time, you know, it's all right.
See, look at that. Look at that. Agreed. I swapped over to me being on a podium talking about like bagel diet and diet colas. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think every once in a while you need to say, "Hey, just eat some sugar, baby. It'll be all right."
Yeah, sometimes I used to drink so many Sody Pops. I don't drink like nearly as much as I used to.
Now, when you stopped drinking Sody Pops in 1953, what did you drink after that?
I thought, wow, the war is over. Finally.
What a time to be alive.
What a time. Yeah, I used to drink 2 Coca-Colas a day, dude.
Damn, not Coca-Colas. When did they stop making those?
Coca-Cola cans a day.
Coca-Colas.
Yeah, and now I only have half a mini can.
You used to drink 2? Did you say 2 a day?
2, yeah.
Let me tell you, I know so many people that would laugh at that statement.
Oh, yeah, they probably drink like way
like
more
they go
than
like a 6-pack in like a night.
Yeah, well, it's like the Cola-holics. It's like people drinking a like 24-pack of Miller Lite a night. It's just, you know.
I honestly don't know which is worse. Like, I can't tell you which is worse.
Honestly,
both are so bad, I'm like, I don't know what's worse for you.
I don't know either. Some people might be like, oh, the alcohol, but I mean, like, you got like sugar, like straight up just sugar you're pounding down. Like, I don't know. They're both bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know either. Well, that's it.
Well, what is our big news story today?
Big news story of the day. I picked this one out just for you.
Oh, boy. Go on.
British cinema chain offers redheads free tickets during heat wave.
Oh, my God. I would spend all day in the theater I would be like, so you come here often?
Good movie, huh?
Just trying to get out of the heat, mister.
You come see Morbius often?
Yeah, you ready for Morbin time? Are you going to Morb with me?
By the way, I swear to God, every time I'm like, why don't they have air conditioning? They're always like, well, it doesn't get too hot here, and then it gets to like 800 degrees. It's been happening for years. Ever since I was there, that's been a thing. Like, what was that? It was like 6 or 7 years ago.
I need everyone to understand. When I went to Dodger's wedding, they put us up in a very lovely, I'm sure if it was any other time of the year, a very, very lovely inn above a pub. Beautiful. But my room was a heat box. There was one tiny ass window, probably made in like 1812, and the rest of the room was wood, and it was so hot. There was no fan, there was no nothing, and I was just covered in sweat, covered head to toe, to the point where I was like, no one better, because there was like one door and then a thing out into the hall where a bathroom. It was like old. This was like, very very quaint.
Yeah.
I was like, no one better come in this fucking room. I stripped my butt down, super naked, laid on top of the blankets, and just laid there, spread eagle, like, please. It was so hot. I couldn't sleep. I opened the window, and like one little breeze like tickled me through the night. I was like, I would kill for a fan. Oh yeah, dude, it was bad. I don't know what the British are talking about. I guess I'm not used to it. I was dying.
Yeah, maybe they're just used to it by this point. I don't know. I'm not used to it. I need my air conditioning if it's getting that out. That's why that one time at CoxCon, I had to swap hotels because I was like, listen, I can't sleep here. I've been awake like 20 hours. It was like a hotel, in those like French indie movies where the guy's got a cigarette and he's like painting and he's sitting out the window.
Sure.
What? Yeah, and he's like, what should I paint today? Like, he was just like, it was like birds flying by. Like, it was like that. The like shower was half broken.
This was in the middle of London?
Yeah. I was like, what the shit is this?
I have no clue. But again, I didn't book it, so I don't know any part of this story other than what you tell me. So I have no clue what occurred. I would have been like, why would we put him there? That sounds terrible. But
like, listen, I'm already a travel diva. I hate traveling. And
you
then
do hate traveling.
Not only was it just traveling, it was traveling across the ocean, and I'd been awake for forever. And now it's like you fly, you get off this plane after 8 hours, you're like, okay, I'm going to just lay down. And then you sit in like this independent French movie room. I was like, what the shit? So I was losing it. So it worked out.
Bless your sweet soul, man. Having experienced one was enough. I was like, nope, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
And I'm sure there's some people like, maybe you're just weak-minded and can't handle it. You are pretty weak-minded. I'm extremely weak-minded.
I've heard that about you.
That's why I need my high-quality establishments with air conditioning and television.
Ooh, man.
Like, even, like, flying, like, I don't like doing connecting flights. That's already too much anxiety on top of my thing. Like, here's the thing. If people are like, blah, blah, I'd rather just not go. I'd rather stay home. I'm like, at least when I'm at home, I got the comforts of home. I can go for a walk. I can play a game. I can, do some videos, stream. I'd rather do that.
Everyone has their preferences, I guess.
Yeah. So, I'm a travel diva when it boils down to it.
That's what I hear. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, there's no place like an air-conditioned movie theater on a hot summer day. That's precisely what Showcase Cinemas in the UK thought when the theater chain offered redheads free admission to escape the current heat wave. The company publicized its unconventional promotion Friday on Instagram. Free tickets for redheads on the hottest day ever.
Hell yes.
While certainly cheeky and unorthodox, the promotion couldn't have come at a better time. Temperatures soared to dangerous levels across Europe this week. Hundreds of people in France, Spain, Britain, Portugal died from the heat-related causes. Britain recorded its hottest day in history Tuesday with staggering temperatures of up to 104.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Firefighters already responded to several fires across London. UK's weather service issued a red extreme heat warning and urged people to stay indoors. While sun exposure and dehydration are certainly dangerous for everyone, studies have shown that people with fair skin and red hair are more at risk of developing skin cancer. Since redheads are often more vulnerable than most of the sun's rays, we're giving them shelter from the sun inside of our fully air-conditioned cinema screens, the theater said. That's true. My friend growing up, he was a redhead, he was Irish, and whenever we'd like go out in the sun and like play or whatever, he would like super burn.
I mean, I
did not.
I have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But thankfully my mom's side of the family has darker skin, so I have a little bit of that too. But
yeah, I think that's my Yugoslavian something in there. Whatever, closer to the Mediterranean. Inflation Britain reached a 40-year high at 9.1% recently, which only sweetened the prospect of free movie tickets. While some decried the promotion as offensive on social media, others gleefully tagged their partners in the comments section of the post who nudged them into a movie date. I'm constantly joking how I, as a ginger, cannot stay in summer because of the heat. So when I saw Showcase was offering free tickets for redheads, I immediately shared it with my friends and boyfriend, wrote Sarah Jackson, social media influencer. As Britain continues to weather the heat wave, runaway at both London's Luton Airport, RAF, Bryce, Norton, what the shit is this? Were temporarily closed as the sweltering tarmacs became too hot for safe arrivals and departures. By the way, I hate social media influencer. That word. I hate it.
How do I spell Sarah?
Sarah.
I literally typed in Sarah Jackson, social media influencer, because I was like, I gotta know what she looks like. From one redhead to another, am I stalking her now?
There's a Sarah Jackson. There's a bunch of Sarah Jackson.
There's too many. Yeah. There's many Sarah Jackson. That's such a... Sarah Jackson, I don't know how to help you. Everyone has your name, apparently.
Yeah. And what defines an influencer? Like, do you have to hit a certain level of following
exactly.
before you're an influencer?
I wanted to see exactly what they considered an influencer. Is she like a couple hundred people, or like what do they have her at?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's a dumb title. It's stupid. I hate it.
It is stupid. Yes.
Experts point to man-made climate change as the cause for the heat wave and have called on officials to create better infrastructure to deal with it in the future. Meantime, taking brief respite inside of a dark air-conditioned auditorium ultimately appears to be a wise choice for anyone in the region, even if only redheads get in for free.
I don't know. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm all right. I think more redheads should get in for free to places. It's fine by me.
There you go. Jesse Cox, redhead aficionado.
Supremacy. Redhead supremacy is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Plus, you'd be able to find your future wife in there because you're only dating redheads now.
That's what I'm saying. By the way, I'm not dating anyone right now.
Yeah.
That whole plan has led to dating no one, actually.
Huh.
Yeah, so far I'm 0 for whatever. Here's the problem I have. I just typed in, I was like, I'll type in the quote. I'm constantly joking about how I, as a junior, I typed in the quote. The quote only brings up news articles that use the exact same quote. I don't think this person is actually real.
Yeah, I don't think they're real either. I think it's a lie.
That sounds about right. Make up a social media influencer, say they said some stuff. Everyone would be like, yep, sounds like them.
Yeah. Well, that's the news.
All right, Crendor, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. After serving 10 years in prison for robbing banks, Florida man robs same bank again days after being released.
He wanted to prove he could do it.
I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Miami, Florida. A federal district judge in Miami, Florida sentenced Leonard Williams last week to 81 months imprisonment for bank robbery, 57 months, and for violating his supervised release on a 2010 bank robbery case, 24 months. On November 30th, Williams began a 3-year term of supervised release following a 151-month sentence for robbing banks. He left his residential reentry center to check in with his probation officer, but he never returned to the reentry center. Instead, 2 days later, Williams robbed 2 more banks. He entered Ocean Bank in downtown Miami.
I gotta stop this. This is...
He entered Ocean Bank in downtown Miami, handed the bank teller a note demanding money, which read, "This is a bank robbery. Give me all cash, 150, 20, 10 list. Don't make it a illegible writing." The teller told Williams she did not have any money, and when she did not comply with his demand note, Williams pointed at the note, climbed over the bank teller's counter into the teller area, and yelled that he wanted cash. Williams then took a small Ocean Bank zippered deposit bag containing blank checks, parking validation tickets, and a USB thumb drive before climbing back over the counter and exiting the bank with the Ocean Bank zippered bag. About an hour later, Williams entered a Citibank, the same one he robbed in 2010, and used a demand note to rob $7,113 from 2 tellers. Juan Antonio Gonzalez, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, and John J. Bernardo, Acting Specialist Agent in Charge, FBI Miami, announced the sentence that the U.S. District Judge Robert blah, 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 blah. What do you think? You would just rob a different bank if you're going to...
I mean, I'm trying to think, like, was it convenience that he just went back to the same place? Did he have something to prove to himself that he could get away with it? Was it a vengeance thing? Or more likely, do you think he, like, just... How long did he originally serve in prison?
I think it said 10 years, didn't it?
Do you think he, like, after 10 years, do you think that just changes you where you're like, all I know is prison. Send me back.
It's got it. Isn't that been like a topic of certain things, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a known fact that, like, you become accustomed to the lifestyle of prison and the outside's scary. In prison, you have, like, a strict set of rules, and you probably could be somebody in prison, right? Like, right. Oh, I'm the laundry guy, or I'm the librarian guy, or whatever.
Especially after 10 years.
Yeah, you're like an old vet there.
Yeah.
And when on the outside, you're a literal nobody.
Yeah.
And I bet that hurts. And you're like, send me back. I don't know. It's really messed up.
Yeah. It's maybe it's just like, you know what? I'm just going back to that bank. Let's do it all over again.
Yeah, man. I have no clue. It seems like it, because any other way it just is insane.
Yeah.
Any other way is just like, well, why, bro? There's a million other banks. Why that one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be. There's no other explanation aside from maybe he just, was dumb.
Or do you think he forgot?
He might have forgotten which bank
Do you think he was like,
possible.
I forgot which bank I robbed. Oh, is this one? Oh, I've robbed so much. I just forgot it was this bank. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
guys, not my intention. Big misunderstanding.
It's possible, he's been gone 10 years. Maybe the area's changed. Maybe the bank looks different. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's a different company now. I mean, the first bank could have been like a Wells Fargo, and now it's a Citibank. Yeah. You never know.
You never know. By the way, in all these articles, there's always weird Facebook comment things, and they're all make money online from home job. I don't know, these bots are all over. They're just my last month paycheck for $11,000. All I did was simple online work from comfort at home for 3-4 hours a day. I got discovered from agency I discovered over internet. They paid me for it $95 every hour. For more info, visit this link.
Well, you definitely should. I'm sure that'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, we got to click the link.
You were about to get viruses.
In fact, one of these I thought was a GeoCities link, and it kind of looks like it, but it's not. It wouldn't surprise me if it was, though. But just okay, if I was a person and I was making $11,000 a month, why would I just go on a random website and be like, everybody, this is what I'm doing. I'm making a bunch of money. Go to this link. I'm going to teach you how. Unless I was trying to make money off you by selling you something.
I mean, yes, that is why they're doing it.
Yeah.
It is all pyramid schemed as shit. The idea of the people who are like, I make $11,000 at home doing nothing is absolutely because you're doing all the work.
Yeah. They're getting other people sell the stuff. They just make the profit.
Mm-hmm.
That's get out of here. Get out of here, bots. Anyway, that's the big news story of the day.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Bandit the guard cat hailed as hero after thwarting would-be robbery.
What? Wait, how? What?
When at least 2 people tried to break into a Tupelo, Mississippi home last week, the cat did everything she could to alert its owner. A Mississippi man said his pet cat helped prevent a robbery at his home, and he credits the calico with possibly saving his life. Bandit, a 20-pound cat, lives with her retired owner, Fred Everett, in the Tupelo suburb of Belden. When at least 2 people tried to break into their shared home last week, the cat did everything she could to alert Everett of the danger. You hear of guard dogs, said Everett. This is a guard cat. The attempted robbery occurred sometimes between 2:30 and 3 a.m. on July 25th. He said he was first awoken by Bandit's meows in the kitchen. Then she raced into the bedroom, jumped on the bed, began pulling the comforter off of him, clawing at his arms. He knew something was up. She has never done that before. I went, what in the world is wrong with you? Everett got up to investigate, saw two young men outside his back door. One had a handgun and the other was using a crowbar to try and pry the door open. Everett said by the time he retrieved the handgun and returned to the kitchen, they had already fled. Everett told the newspaper he did not call the police. He said the situation could have been very different without Bandit. It did not turn into a confrontational situation, thank goodness, but I think it's only because of the cat. Everett,
Damn.
Everett adopted Bandit from the Tupelo Lee Humane Society 4 years ago.
I must stress to you that normally I'd say this story is insane nonsense.
Right.
But having played through the game Stray, that cat is single-handedly saving all of society. And I just want everyone to know that everyone in that game talks to that cat like that cat fully understands every damn thing you're saying. And I just realized that today, like, people are like, all right, cat, so I'm going to need you to open this door, go in this room, and do this thing. And you as the player are like, okay, that's my instructions of how to play the game. But if you think about it, what you're doing is this cat fully understood and comprehended that paragraph of dialogue from that guy and is now going to go sneak through the sewers, open a door, power on a generator, and then go get the giant radioactive battery that's needed to, like, open a gate. That cat would have, like, found a place to fall asleep and that you would have died in there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But, yeah, that's the game is like, nope, this is what it is.
Yeah, I was thinking about playing it, but I haven't really looked much into it. I saw someone got motion sick playing it, so I was like, I don't know if I want to play this.
Motion sick? No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
not me.
All right, good to know.
I love it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I like cats. I like video games. I probably like the cat video game.
I believe you would.
And that's the big news story of the day.
Okay. What's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day is a pretty big one.
Oh, no.
Seal bursts in the home through pet flap. Temporarily ousts family cat.
Okay, time out.
Yeah.
I now know you meant a seal.
Yeah.
But the way you said seal, I thought you meant music performing artist and model Seal. You're like, you go seal, and then you start the story, and I was like, wait, like Kiss from a Rose Seal? And you're like, he burst through the pet door. I'm like, whoa, that changes his entire story.
It's like, oh my God, Seal's coming into our house again, dude. You can't come in here.
Seal, you can't come in here. Get out of here, Seal.
The pet flap door was open, all right. A New Zealand cat was not flippin' happy after an uninvited seal entered her home through a pet flap in the door. Phil Ross of Mount Maunganui told The Guardian that his family found a young fur seal inside their house Wednesday morning, exploring different rooms and lounging on the couch. Ross, who coincidentally is a marine biologist, was not home when the seal was discovered. His wife, Jen, had left about an hour before to go to a gym and stumbled across the surprising visitor when she came back. Quote, "The big joke is that it is really the only family emergency where it would be useful to have a marine biologist in the house."
I mean, yeah, it's true.
I really missed my time to shine. It's totally not clear why the seal went inside, but Ross suspects that his cat Coco was outside and attempted to defend the home turf against the pinniped. Obviously, the seal wasn't as intimidated.
You gave up on that real quick and moved right on.
Sure did. Obviously, the seal wasn't as intimidated as some dogs are, so Coco must have bolted around the side of the house into the cat flap, and the seal must have followed her. The University of Waikato, where Ross works, shared photos of the ordeal on Facebook, including one showing the seal peering around a corner and another of Coco in the incident's aftermath. Here, I'll just link you the article. You can see the
I need to see. It's like a cute seal too. Oh, it's like a little baby cutie pie.
Yeah.
You know he was having the best day of his life.
Jen Ross shooed the seal outside, and an apartment of conservation ranger arrived to catch the bold seal and release it back to the sea. As for Coco, she took time to recover.
The best part of this photo is there's the photo of the cat, and there's the photo of like all this BS. Then there's one photo of the seal peering around a corner. And it looks like the seal's like, caught me. It's so cute. I hate it. This is what a cute seal.
Coco the cat hid at the neighbor's house and wouldn't come home until the seal was gone, Ross told Fox television stations in an email. Then, for the next day, she wouldn't go downstairs where the seal was. We didn't see the cat and seal-cat interaction, but it was clearly something that Coco did not enjoy. The intruding seal was in good condition and simply made a poor choice.
We've all been there, seal. Don't worry.
It is really common for young seals to end up on unusual bits of coastline at this time of the year. The young ones are starting to get weaned going out on their own, and like most teenagers, can make bad decisions where they end up. I knew the kids were wanting a new pet, Ross joked, but this was definitely a step too far.
I love this seal. What a cutie pie.
Yeah. This is a prime story. It's fun. It's goofy. Everybody's okay. Nobody died.
And the best part is it isn't like it doesn't end a thing. You know, like we've had other stories where people like this cute monkey was eating food, and that's why Monkey Mondays were ruined. And it's like, what?
Yeah, it's not like old man Meth Mark dropped the seal into the house. Like there goes Meth Mark
isn't
again.
Like, and now because of this seal, no seals are allowed in this town anymore. It's none of that. It's like, it was funny, it was goofy, and now we're moving on with our lives. This is a good story. This is a good story.
It was a good story and a great ending. Neat.
Nice. Let's go to big story of today.
Let's go with the big story.
You notice I'm just all over the place. Let's just keep moving. Let's just keep going.
All right. This one's interesting. A fisherman thought he caught a rock. He snagged a prehistoric treasure instead.
What does that mean?
The Nebraska man said he initially believed the underwater find was the skeleton of a catfish or a deer. A Nebraska man fishing in a tournament got more than he bargained for after casting his line into the Missouri River earlier this month. Andy Moore was fishing west of Yankton, South Dakota, when he snagged a rock in the water and kayaked over to take a closer look. Quote, I get up to it and I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. I thought it was a big catfish skeleton or a deer skeleton. Something told me to take a picture of this. Moore shared pictures of the object online, and someone reached out to suggest it could be a prehistoric fossil. The fisherman later contacted a biologist with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers who confirmed that Moore seems to have found a predator fish fossil that is up to 90 million years old.
Whoa!
He said, I'm still kind of mind blown about the whole thing. The fossil won't be underwater anymore as it's now being prepared for display at the Lewis and Clark Visitor Center in Crofton, Nebraska. And if you want to see it, there it is. Click the thing and then there's pictures.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it looks
like... it's like pieces.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a spine, right?
Yeah. I wonder how they determined what it actually was in the end. I mean, obviously, whatever it was, it's big. Like, you can see the spine.
Yeah.
But I wonder how they determined, that's a predator fish.
Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, yeah, 100%. I've seen plenty of these in my day.
I mean, I guess if this is your job and you're a paleontologist, you probably have.
That's true. You probably have. It's it's still crazy. Like, just imagine.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, just imagine you're out fishing and you just pull in a 90 million year old fossil.
I guess it brings into context the fact that most of what is land was underwater at some point. And there were things that, it's like we went to that exhibit at the museum. I am obsessed over the fact that some guy posted, and I keep thinking about this, a photo of, I guess it was taken from the International Space Station or something. I don't know what it's from. But it's the side of Earth where there's no continents. Have you seen that?
No.
Like, maps don't do it justice, but the Pacific Ocean is so big that if you're facing Earth, like the blue ball of Earth,
right,
that at a certain point, the continents are barely visible on the outside, and then there's an entire side of Earth with just water.
Huh.
Hold on, let's see if I can find this.
Right.
Earth's water-only side. Images. Does that exist? I'm still choking on the fact that I choked on my damn self earlier.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, here's a Vsauce version of it. Even today, Earth can appear to be almost entirely water. Yeah, this image right here. I'll just send it to you. Copy link, send to Crendor.
Okay.
Look at this. There's just one, like, that's crazy.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
so crazy.
that is crazy. What the shit?
That's how big the Pacific Ocean is compared to the Atlantic. And how, I mean, like, that's crazy. You can see kind of on the edges where Australia is down the bottom, and where, like, up at the top you can kind of see all the little connectors of the North.
Yeah.
Like Alaska to, Russia and stuff. But most of it is completely empty. Just blue, like perfectly blue with clouds.
Yeah, that's wild. Shit.
I know, crazy, right?
That is crazy. Water. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, man. So, yeah. And then at a certain point in time, things that were above ground were below sea level. And, like a bunch of dudes were swimming around. Big-ass predator fish. And now this dude, 90 million years later, is like, got him! Which makes me curious if, like, 90 million years from now, someone's going to be playing around with my stone-encrusted body.
Wow, we found this guy. He's 800 million years old. I think it's a deer. Yeah, that's a deer.
I think I saw an article, and I want to say it was a buffalo, but I could be wrong. It was some animal. Maybe it was a cow. Some animal, I guess, was perfectly preserved for X number of years in ice. And when the scientists got it out, it was so preserved that it didn't have any bacteria on it, so they cut off a piece and ate it.
What?
I'm telling you. Oh, now I gotta look this up.
What the
Cut
shit?
off piece of ancient animal and ate it. I don't know what the animal was. It was a bison. That's what it was. A dinner party that served up a 50,000-year-old bison stew.
What the shit? That's crazy.
Yeah, in Alaska, they found this like perfectly preserved bison in ice, I guess, named Blue Babe. And Blue Babe was discovered 5 years earlier by gold miners, and they reported the findings. And then I guess they like took this thing in, and it froze so rapidly following its death, perhaps the result of wintertime, that they were amazed to find that it froze so well that muscle tissue retained a texture not unlike beef jerky. Its fatty skin and bone marrow remained intact too, even after thousands of years. So, why not try to eat part of it? And so they did.
That is... I feel like I'd be scared to eat it.
Well, they said when they unfroze the bit that they got, it gave off the unmistakable aroma of beef and not unpleasantly mixed with faint smell of earth in which it was found, with a touch of mushroom. They then added garlic and mushrooms, carrots, potatoes to the aged meat, coupled that with wine, and they had a full-fledged dinner.
That is crazy. I still would not eat it. I'd be scared.
Well, this person said Guthrie,
Right.
who was a hunter, says they weren't deterred by the thousands-year-old bison because it takes a very special kind of microorganism. And this is just one guy. This is hilarious.
Bliss.
I think I got sick just reading about this.
I think you did.
Says it would. So this guy says it would take a very special kind of organism to make me sick, is what he's saying. And I eat frozen meat all the time. All sorts of animals I kill that my neighbors kill, and they don't get kind of old after 3 years in the freezer. So it tastes a bit like what you would expect it, a little bit like a ring of mud. But it wasn't bad. Not so bad that we couldn't each have a bowl. He can't remember if anyone present had seconds, though.
Well, I mean, I guess they didn't get sick then. But
now I'm obsessed with the fact that another article is reconstructing the menu of a pub in ancient Pompeii. I love this kind of stuff. I love learning about what people ate thousands and thousands of years ago.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Oh man, they were having braised duck. Hell yeah, I bet that was delicious.
Oh, the braised duck. I've never had duck.
Dude, you never had duck? Here's the thing. Duck can be either very, very good or super fatty, depending on how it's cooked. And if it's super fatty, not a fan. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people who do, but not me.
I'm not a big, like, fatty meat person. Like, even if there's, like, the steaks or something that are really fatty, I don't like that. I like more the New York strip where the fat's just, like, on the one part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of big fatty steaks, even though people are like, dude, I love it. It's so good. Like, nah. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Give me a New York strip. That's what I want. And then I'm like, if I want to eat the fat, I can eat it. If I don't, then I don't.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big news story of the day.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. This is a Cox and Crendor story if I've ever seen one.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Man in pumpkin boat paddles 38 miles down Missouri River in attempt to beat world record.
I mean, I need answers. I'm hoping that the pumpkin boat bit is an actual boat that's a pumpkin.
I just sent it to you.
Oh, my God.
It is indeed.
It is a pumpkin. It is indeed a pumpkin called the SS Bertha.
Yep.
Bertha? Whatever it is.
Bertha. While most typically celebrate their birthdays with cake and song, one man focused on a giant pumpkin and the Guinness World Record. Nebraska resident Dwayne Hansen celebrated his 60th birthday by paddling a hollowed-out 846-pound pumpkin down the Missouri River. 846 pounds.
I mean, it was hollowed out, though, right?
Yeah. That's still insane.
I guess buoyancy. I mean, like...
That's just a big pumpkin. So I'm saying.
I mean, yeah. It's interesting that that's what he was like. That's what I'm doing with this pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm going a boat. Hoping to beat the previous record for the longest journey by pumpkin, he asked officials from the city of Bellevue to witness the endeavor. The first Guinness World Record for this act was set with a 15-mile trek in Washington. Rick Swenson beat this in a gourd of his own with a 25.5-mile ride down the Red River in 2016. Hansen thus endeavored to paddle his pumpkin for 38 miles from Bellevue's public boat dock to Nebraska City. Hansen left at around 7:30 a.m. and arrived at 6:30 p.m., with a passion for gardening inspiring him to do so. Quote, Mr. Hansen is a longtime Nebraska resident who enjoys growing large pumpkins, gourds, and other vegetables as a hobby. He came up with this idea when visiting Ohio and seeing another person attempt to set this record, which is currently right around 30 miles. Lisa Rybar and myself agreed to take on this task, which we originally thought was to float a 800-pound pumpkin for over 30 miles down the river. Added the Post, it wasn't until later in the conversation that we realized that Mr. Hansen would actually be riding the pumpkin on this journey. Hansen endured the 11-hour journey with a cup holder carved into the hull and the SS Bertha written on the back. His Syracuse, Nebraska-based family and friends cheered him on from land, though some did trail behind him in an actual boat just in case something went wrong.
Did he, like, switch out? Did he have drinks that he, like, switched out?
I guess, or he just had one big thermos.
I mean, this is amazing. Like, I know this is silly, but I'm mesmerized by the fact this was something a human being was like, this is what I'm doing.
This actually is pretty crazy. Many said, quote, they said Hansen surpassed the 25.5-mile record just before 3 p.m., nearly 4 hours before he arrived in Nebraska City. Guinness World Record spokesman Kyle Galloway told CNN they've since received his application, which will likely see Hansen crowned with the bizarre title. Quote, they say if you stay in your job long enough to... They say if you stay in your job long enough, you might see just about everything, and this morning was one of those days.
I mean, I think it's a pretty good thing to see. I'm not going to lie. I'm, like, mesmerized by this. I think this is so silly, but, like, the kind of thing we need right now. You know what I mean? We need more people being like, F it, I'm going to ride a pumpkin down a river.
Yeah.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah, we need more pumpkin boats.
I'd be fine if 80% of all boats were pumpkins. I'm not going to lie.
100%.
And I feel like that would change the world.
I agree. So yeah, that's the big news story of the day.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day is an interesting, weird one.
That's okay, yeah.
I was looking around, and I came across this one, and I was like, wait, what is this? And here it is, okay? Researchers discover skeleton at Polish cemetery that's straight out of a horror film.
Go on.
Here we go. Researchers have recently discovered a centuries-old female vampire held to the ground by a sickle and buried in a Polish village cemetery.
What?
Yes.
Wait, how do they know she's a vampire?
I guess we'll find out. The remains of the so-called vampire were found by a team of Torun Nicholas Copernicus University researchers in Pien, roughly a half-hour drive from the city of Białystok.
You're doing it, buddy.
The skeleton reportedly dates to the 17th century and has a sickle around its neck, believed to be placed there to prevent her from coming back to life. There's also a padlock on a toe, and also attributed to superstitions about how to keep the dead from rising from the grave. The woman was also buried with a silk cap, which archaeologists thought indicated her high ranking in a society.
So this is like the vampire queen they got.
Yeah, she was the vampire queen. She was crazy.
I love the fact that this is clearly just like some poor woman that a guy was like, vampire, I swears it. Put a sickle on her and let's bury her ass.
A front tooth jutted out of the mouth, a feature that could have raised suspicions that she was a vampire. Such a discovery, especially here in Poland, is astonishing, especially centuries later. Polinsky told Archeo News that there were several methods the superstitious used to protect themselves against the dead who had been accused of being vampires and witches, including cutting off heads or legs, burning, smashing bodies against stone, and placing their faces towards the ground. The sickle also could have cut the dead person's head if they tried to rise again. More research is expected at the Polish cemetery. Researchers from Poland's Institute of Archaeology at the University of Krakow test the DNA of a skeleton.
And, okay.
Yes. That's it.
I am blown, like, it feels very much like, witchcraft stuff where they were just like, drown her.
Yeah. It is.
It's very, very interesting to me just how easily people bought into this, but I guess fear is a heavy motivator.
Yeah, well, you also didn't have the same amount of, information as you do now. There's also a lot more, superstition, and people just didn't know anything. So they're just like, they say that vampires got teeth as sharp, and that one's coming, even though they probably said some, weird tooth thing that they need to go to a dentist for.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think there was a dentist they could go to, but yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be vampire.
I'm obsessed with reading stuff about things like this because I read. Man, I can't attribute it to anything. So whoops. But I remember reading a book where they were talking about how the way, like, if I were to accuse you of being a witch, right? If you said I'm not a witch, piss off, you're a liar.
Yeah.
We'd take you to trial. We'd like bring you before the whole city. We'd do this whole thing, and then at the end, we'd probably kill you. But if I were to come to you and be like, "Are you a witch?" and you said, "Yeah," we'd take you to church, pray over you, then send you home.
Huh.
And people just would, of course, not say, "Yes, I'm a witch," but like 90% of the time, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, you admit it. All right, come with us. Let's get the priest. We've saved you. Now go home." And I was like, "Wait, what? That's what happened?" I couldn't believe it, but I was reading about it, and they were like, "Yeah, this happened often."
Damn.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where, and I think that goes to show the amount of like, I don't want to say ego. Like there's maybe I do, but the idea that like the town leaders, the town elders, the dudes in charge of town, if you like acquiesced to them and said like, "Oh yeah, no, you're right," they'd be like, "All right, well then you're fine." But if you like stood up for yourself and it was like, "This woman's speaking a lot, we don't want that," then they'd like burn you alive. Like, we got to make sure the ladies don't get any more uppity. Burn this one. Crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Well, I mean, or she was a vampire.
Well, then, they would bury you with a sickle around you so that you would not be able to... It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not into vampire lore. I don't know why that would stop them. Like right. A scythe would be like... If anything, it'd be like, "You've given me a weapon. Now I'll kill even more of you."
Listen, I mean, either way, it could have been a real vampire. We don't know.
I 100% positive it was not.
Well, that's the that's the news story of the day.
What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day.
Yeah.
French Spider-Man celebrates 60th birthday with a massive skyscraper climb.
French Spider-Man. Oh, is this the dude who always... I thought you meant like actual Spider-Man. You mean like the dude who always climbs shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alain Robert Robert, I don't know, a free solo climber known as the French Spider-Man, celebrated his 60th birthday in a big way. Robert, Robert, I don't know, who has climbed several large buildings in the world, including the Burj Khalifa and the Empire State Building, climbed the Total Energy skyscraper in Paris on Saturday. He turned 60 years old in August and scaled the 48-story building in 60 minutes. Saturday's feat is reportedly the 12th time he's climbed the building, which rises roughly 614 feet above the ground. Climber revealed to Reuters that he promised himself several years ago that he would climb the building for the occasion because 60 symbolizes France's retirement age. Quote, I want to send people the message that being 60 years is nothing. You can still do sport, be active, be fabulous things. Do fabulous things. And be fabulous if you want.
That's nice, yeah.
Robert Robert said he made the climb to raise awareness for global warming and compared the trek up the building to a ladder, according to Defense 92. The news site reported that he dealt with the building's metal window frame using plasters on his fingers and a bit of tackle to reduce perspiration during the climb. He's climbed several iconic structures over the years, including the Eiffel Tower, the Sydney Opera House, Taipei 101, the Petronas Towers, and the Willis Tower. Robert has no plan to give up this passion, they reported. I will still continue as long as I am in good health, he says. Damn.
That's incredible. Like, that, I am thoroughly jealous that guy has... No, I'm not going to say the ability to do it, but he has the, like, confidence in himself.
Mm-hmm.
I would get one floor up and be like, I'm going to die up here. Oh, no. Yeah, I would never even put myself in that situation to have to climb a building.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
nope,
100%.
This is how I die.
I would not either.
That seems so crazy to me. Like, he's not holding, like, literally one bad move, dude falls to his death.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's a confidence I will never have in any part of my life. Never going to happen.
I would be shitting myself. It would just be a terrible experience.
Yeah, what if you have to pee while you're going up?
Yeah. There's just one wrong move and you're like, whoa. You know?
That's it. Yeah. No, I like myself too much to put myself through that.
Yeah. But it's cool that he does it.
Yeah, I think it's cool that someone's doing something cool, but I'm not doing that. I'm not stupid.
And that's your big news story of the day.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Over 1,500 Virginia residents left without power because of rat.
What? Because of rat.
Residents in one Northern Virginia community were left rat-tied after a rodent wiped out their power on Friday. Over 1,500 residents in the Tysons, Virginia area experienced the outage. Peggy Fox, a spokesperson for Dominion Energy, revealed the cause of the outage on Twitter. Fox wrote that the outage was due to a rat that infiltrated a piece of equipment and caused an outage that left 1,588 customers in the dark. The outage was resolved after just over an hour. Twitter users joked about the outage and the rat's involvement on Saturday. It's people just being like, that's the power of Splinter. Rats.
I love that we can all joke about the fact that all it took was a rat to bring down everyone's power. Shouldn't you be very worried about that? Shouldn't you be like, wait a minute. One rat did all that damn... It isn't like, oh, what a Ninja Turtle joke. No, it's literally one rat took out your entire power grid.
Yeah.
You
literally.
kidding me? I'd be like...
What's it built on? Like cheese?
We did build it on cheese, yes. There's
our problem.
It's all we had at the time, but we did build it on cheese.
These wires are made out of cheddar. That's I like to also imagine the rat just like in a tiny like spy outfit going in. He's just like, I've found the wiring, I'm gonna take it out, over. And he just cuts it. Like
I would
rat.
imagine, yeah. It makes the most sense. It's some sort of rat spy, yes.
Yeah, spy rat. And he just
spy rat. It's like a pie rat, but a spy rat. Right.
And he's from what states are next to Virginia?
What states are next to Virginia, Crendor?
I don't know anything about the East Coast.
What states are next to Virginia, dear friend?
See. North Carolina, West Virginia, Kentucky, Maryland, Delaware. Oh, that's definitely a Delaware rat.
Oh, it's definitely a Delaware rat. Yeah, I mean, those Delaware rats, uncontrollable. You gotta... Yeah.
Loaded with spies.
Oh, yeah. So many Delaware rat spies.
Listen, this is where the people on the East Coast are like, how can you not know that? But then, if I tell you to name all the states around Illinois, you can't do that.
Oh, that's easy. Like, Iowa.
Right.
Nevada.
Wrong.
North or South Dakota.
Wrong.
Canada.
Right.
Florida.
Yep.
It's all there. Yeah, I mean, they're all around it.
All right. Yeah, you got me.
Touche. Checkmate, atheist.
So yeah, spy rat.
Spy rat. All right. Well, don't be a spy rat. And instead, come check out all of our content. There we go.
I just in my head, as soon as he said that, I just heard the like number where it's like, "Don't be a spy rat. Call the cat. Call 5555555." We gotta call the cat.
We gotta call the cat.
I'll get rid of that rat.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Day. I'm gonna do two because one's pretty short, but I still want to read it.
Okay.
Heard the news. Wild boar piglet adopted by German cows.
Nah, this is very important.
Here they are. Hold on, let me show you here. Bam.
I don't know what I expect. Yeah, it's a piglet and some cows. Yeah, I don't know what I expected. I don't know why, but it's literally just a very cute piglet and then normal-ass cow.
Yes. A cow herd in Germany is gaining unlikely following after adopting a lone wild boar piglet. Farmer Friedrich Staple told the DPA news agency that he spotted the piglet among the herd and in the central German community of Broverdi about 3 weeks ago. It had likely lost its group when they crossed a nearby river. Staples said while he knows what extensive damage wild boars can cause, he can't bring himself to chase the animal away. The local hunter has been told not to shoot the piglet, nicknamed Frida, and in winter, Staple plans to put it in the shed with the mother cows. To leave it alone now would be unfair, he told the DPA.
It is very cute. You can't leave it alone. It's a little tiny cutie baby pig. It's too cute.
Yeah, just having a good time.
When it's older, it's like, it's got like tusk and shit. Like then you can decide what to do. But right now, it's a cute baby.
Yeah. It's a fun story.
All I'm saying is judge its worth based on how cute it is.
That's true. That reminds me of the Simpsons where they're all looking at the puppies and the cat walks in. He like shoves that. He's like, get out of here.
Yes.
Then we have this story. Florida man films possible shark in neighbor's yard amid Hurricane Ian.
Whoa. I would imagine a lot of seawater.
Yeah. A shark.
Shark in neighbor's yard.
A shark potentially got a little too close for comfort in a Florida's family, 2-1 Florida family amid Hurricane Ian's wrath. Dominique Camarata was looking at the window with the water rising near his home in Fort Myers, Florida. He started taking a video to show his neighbors how high the water was in their backyard, but he noticed something big moving in the water. I see this thing flopping around in there, and I'm like, oh my God. And I zoom in. He said, Dominic, a 43-year-old real estate developer, tells people to the possible shark nearby, the way it was swimming was scary. It was moving side to side. What?
What? I saw it moving, and that scared me a great deal.
After sending the video to his friends, Dominique says people were like, that's unbelievable. I think that was a shark. Though Dominic admits he isn't a shark expert or even a fish expert, his wife Elizabeth and daughter Ella were both convinced the animal was indeed a shark. I was literally terrified, Ella 15 says. Dominic tells people that one of his friends also told him that the creature looks like it could have specifically been a bull shark. He said, Dom, I'm telling you, I think that's a bull shark because those bull sharks can get up through brackish water. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Yo, that's
I
crazy.
love that it's both the story of seeing this and the story of him interacting with his friends after I've seen it.
It's just like, yo, you think that's a shark? Yeah, I think it's a shark. Really? What kind of shark? Gotta be a bull shark. That's crazy.
We reported in our news article.
As the day continued, the family, who lives in a one-story home, saw the waters rising and had to decide whether to ride out the storm inside their house or venture outside, where they knew there was something that could be a shark waiting. All right, that's more terrifying.
Yeah, right?
You're faced with this terrifying decision because we only have a one-story house. Do you go to the roof? We go to our neighbors who were inviting us to come over if we needed to go to their second story? But then you have to go through the water, and you know there's a shark in there. Probably not to mention snakes. It's crazy. Dominic said... Yeah,
I'm blown away. Like if there's one thing I know, it's not the sharks and it's not the snakes. Literally, the fact that there could be down power lines and the entire water is electrified.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, that's way more. More people die of that than like a shark.
Yeah. Plus, like that water's like diseased as shit. It's got like sepsis
you don't even want that in your mouth. Yeah, no,
bacteria
man.
And everything. Ugh. Dominic said that he, his daughters, and his wife ended up riding out the storm in their home. He had their 18-year-old son, Joey, who's a student at Ole Miss, was worried about his family. Joey. They put life jackets on their Cavapoo and their Golden Doodle, while his wife and daughter rode out the storm in his wife's closet. Our neighbors were walking in neck-deep water to go to the other neighbors' houses that have a second story. Elizabeth 42 tells people, we were freaking out. We were like, oh my God, they're swimming over there. There's snakes and sharks in the water. It's really scary. It's like a horror movie. Dominic, who isn't on social media, aside from LinkedIn, said a friend posted the video to Twitter, which has gone viral. I'm listening to people everywhere. I'm overhearing conversations with people. Like, did you hear there was a shark on the streets? It's so crazy. It's unbelievable.
I mean... I genuinely feel like it is unbelievable.
Yeah. It actually is kind of insane.
Yeah. But, I mean, it makes sense. We've seen footage of it before. It is the ocean, and now it's in your front yard. I mean...
Yeah.
You know. You asked for it. You moved there.
Yeah. That is... I don't know. Well, some people probably didn't move there. They probably just grew up there.
True, but... It has that same area most of the time hit by hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean it's like California.
I'm sorry, water whirlers.
Yeah, water whirlers.
And there, it's one of those things where here in California, if you're in an area where there's wildfires all the time,
or earthquakes.
either you stay or you move.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're in a hurricane area, a lot of people have seen. They were saying the other day on the news that. The last time they had a big hurricane, everything was destroyed. They rebuilt everything in the exact same place. Like, if you're going to do that, it's the reason why I think the insurance situation is terrible in Florida. Like, no one's willing to give anyone insurance because people keep building in the way of hurricanes.
Yeah.
So, damn. I get it. There's only some places for people to live. So,
yeah.
But it sucks. If you're going to live there, I guess that's the expectation.
Yeah. I feel like every place has its good and bad. I mean, it's not too bad here. Well, you get blizzard.
Yeah, I was about to say, you guys can get snowed in for days.
But I feel like out of all the things, I'd rather deal with snow over the others.
I don't know until you freeze to death.
Well, I mean, I'd rather freeze to death than drown.
I mean, if we're playing that game, you're right. You're right.
And, you can build, a snow hut.
And freeze to death in the snow hut. You can freeze to death in so many fun ways. Drowning is just your head in water. That's stupid.
Listen, all right, you got... would I rather... Okay, I don't want earthquakes. That's going to, make a building fall on me. I don't want that. Wildfires, I don't want to catch on fire and die. Sharks in my street after hurricanes, and, shit's blowing around. No, thank you. And, boom. Just... Snow, you can manage with snow. I feel like it would have to be a crazy blizzard to do anything.
Can I just say, I looked up, what is the safest state when it comes to weather disasters?
Right.
And Montana is the clear winner, apparently.
Huh.
Yeah. Montana is number one, I guess. Most of the middle north of America.
Yeah, look at that. Florida, California, let's see. Hey, where am I? I'm number 3.
What's crazy is the 10 safest cities. 2 are in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. So I grew up in Dayton, which is number 2 in safest cities. And I currently live in Los Angeles, which is the number 1 in riskiest cities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. High frequency of earthquakes, wildfires, and flooding. Yeah.
California is way out there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well.
Here's the thing. How come none of this is Florida? Miami, Florida. Never mind. I was about to say. Number 2, Miami.
Yeah. Wow.
Currently, over 300,000 properties are considered for the risk of flooding. Yeah, no, we've seen that.
Yeah, I'm looking at this chart of disaster. It's natural disasters since 1953. Delaware has had 21 for comparison. Let's see. Illinois has had... Where are those? Illinois has had 60. California's had 284.
Woo.
Texas, 255. Oklahoma's had 173 because of the tornadoes. Florida's at 130. So, Delaware, obviously size plays into it because there's only so much they can get hit by disaster if you're playing.
Sure.
So, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just making noises.
The problem with a lot of this is like, it'll be like, yeah, the safest place would be Wrangell, Alaska, or Tooele, Utah, or whatever the place was, Thule, or like Bozeman, Montana. Like, I mean, okay, I guess it's safe, but there's 50,000 people there, and it is barely a town. And so it's like, I mean, I guess I could move there and be safe, but I'd be bored.
Yeah, I guess that's also
my trade-off. Yeah, I trade safety for boredom.
It's like Florida. It's like you live there, you got hurricanes, all that, but you get to be by
Florida.
the beach and it's hot, and go to Disney World. There you go.
I guess that's the trade-off people make is, look, I'm going to rebuild my house right on the beach again, even though it got destroyed twice by 2 hurricanes. Don't care. It's a home on the beach.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I get it.
Yeah. Well, that's the news.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
So, all the news sucks this week, but I found something that relates to what we've already been talking about.
Uh-oh.
And motorcycles going by.
That guy was like, oh, it relates to it. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. McDonald's. McDonald's beloved Halloween Boo Buckets will be back this month.
Whoa! Yo, I remember the Boo Buckets.
Yep, Boo Buckets are coming back. Want some nostalgia with your cheeseburger? After rumors that McDonald's Halloween Pails would come back, the fast food chain officially announced their return on Thursday. They'll be available at participating McDonald's locations starting October 18th.
I feel so bad for they're already complaining about, like, people are going to be like, Boo Buckets!
Give me my Boo Bucket! I want it!
We'd have, like, the Cox and Crendor McBoo Bucket. Where it's like, all right, you buy all 3, and then you put the contents of all 3 in one bucket.
Just dump like 5 different things into a bucket. Now this is called the landfill.
Yep.
On Thursday, the fast food chain's Twitter posted a GIF of 3 buckets: pumpkin orange, slime green, and ghostly white, with the words Halloween Happy Meal in a spooky font and a 1018. Back in 1986, they started offering its Happy Meal Kids Meal in cute little Halloween-themed buckets, which can double as a kid's trick-or-treat pail if they're not out for maximum candy, that is. Happy Meals usually come in cardboard boxes shaped like houses, so buckets are a spooktacular treat. And then they have a link to the old 1986 buckets, which I think McGoblin is my favorite.
Man.
Yeah, let's see. And then 1990, they also had some.
I don't remember the 86 one because I was too young, but I definitely remember the 91 for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the one from the 90s, the best... How do I describe this? The best way to describe the 1990s one is imagine a ghost who saw some, like, really crazy shit go down. Like, it's like, ooh! Like, the face looks so weird. It's incredible. Yeah. I love it.
And it says, when did McDonald's stop making these buckets? Nightmare Nostalgia has a wonderful timeline of history if you really want to delve into the fast food chain's promotional past. Some of the bigger changes involved a switch to vinyl glow-in-the-dark trick-or-treat bags called McBoo Bags. In 1992, McBoo Bags. In 92, the buckets were redesigned to include cookie cutters that popped off the top that had to be a high water mark for McDonald's Halloween bucket creativity. Hope somebody got a raise that year. After that, the pails kept getting tweaked and finally vanished in 2016.
Really? They
kept
I didn't
making.
Know they were out. I haven't seen them since the 90s. I don't know where. Probably the Midwest. Let's be real.
2016 Boo Bucket. They got any up here?
I don't think they're real.
Boo Bucket. I don't know. I don't see any. I don't know. Oh wait, here they are. This is 2016 right here.
I mean, they look fine, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not nearly as cool looking as the older ones, but like it's all right.
Yeah. But the new ones, oh wait, they had the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown boo buckets with like Snoopy and stuff on them.
I see those. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like those, but I see them.
And then here are the new ones for this year.
Yeah, they're all right. I kind of miss the one that this is the one that I miss. This one right here.
All right.
This is the one I keep talking about. It looks so funny, these guys. This is the bucket I would like. The one that has the face. It's like, ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good
like,
one.
all right. I don't know why we can't go back to that, but whatever. Yeah, they got like a goofy ghost and like a smiling witch and then like an evil pumpkin man, and that's the three. It's like whatever.
Yeah. Either way,
I do like that they're bringing them back though. Yeah. You know what? I know it's just milking nostalgia, but I literally don't care. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's the age we live in. It's all about nostalgia milking.
Yeah, and here's the thing. When they try to give me new stuff like multi-eyed Grimace, I'm like, that's trash. I don't like it. But when I see a boo bucket, I'm like, yes! They're doing it! So...
That's true. They know. They're like, all right, listen, nobody over like 30 is going to want these things, so let's give them the old boo buckets. And then everyone's like, ooh.
Suddenly I wanted a boo bucket. Didn't know I wanted it. Now I want it.
So yeah, that's the news.
It literally is just a bucket. All right. What's our big news story of the day?
So we actually got two big news stories of the day.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
One of which was sent to us not long ago. McRib returns to McDonald's for final time. Get it while you can.
What do you mean final time? Are they finally realizing that it's killing people? Right, They're like, so, we put yoga mats in that.
Part of me thinks it's a lie. Part of me thinks it's, I don't know. Let's see. The McRib is making its way back to McDonald's for what could be a last time. As fast food fiends started to notice Sunday, certain locations donning the golden arches are promoting the return of the seasonal sandwich, one of the chain's most popular items ever released. That's why it's a bit of a surprise to navigate to the McDonald's website and see the sandwich may be going away for good. On the product's new page, it said the 2022 offering will be its last due to a promotion called the McRib Farewell Tour. The McRib is back. It starts with seasoned boneless pork and tangy barbecue sauce and whatever, the website reads.
Starts with seasoned boneless pork.
When everything combines, you have a barbecue pork sandwich perfection. Get one while you can, because this is the McRib Farewell Tour.
Lies.
That's
not
lies.
Real.
There's no way.
No way.
They said the sandwiches will be available until November 20th, just under a month from now. In fact, it's the Sunday before Thanksgiving, so stock up for the whole family. But is the McRib actually leaving? Whether or not the McDonald's is actually removing the sandwich from its menu is yet to be seen. It's not the first time the chain has had a farewell tour for the sandwich, last hosting an event in 2005. Well, there you go. They've done this before. At the time, the McRib was a permanent staple on menus at the fast food restaurant when it was removed. Since then, however, it has virtually always been around as a seasonal offering. From 2007 on, it's been available in some kind of limited or seasonal capacity. It was finally brought back on a semi-permanent basis in 2020. Now it looks like it's changing once again.
I'll be real. I don't know where McRibs are anymore, but they definitely don't. The only McDonald's around me has not had a McRib. I don't think LA is like a McRib location.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I haven't seen a McRib at all. I thought every time I see McRibs being offered, the last time I saw a McRib was when we made the McCox and Crendor.
Yeah, well, usually it's around
that was
now.
How many years ago?
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Usually it's from like now until November. So like it's going to be here for like a month or something. But like, yeah, I don't know. This seems like what they always do. They always bring it back for like a month and then it goes away. So like, I don't know. I don't believe this. There's no way they're going to get rid of it forever.
They definitely say before you say goodbye on 11/20/22.
Yeah.
Enjoy our famous pork sandwich as if it's your last.
That sounds like they're going to be like, all right, it's going away, and then next year it'll just come back and be like, it's back.
It is cryptic enough to like be like, we didn't say gone forever. We just,
Yeah, like, I think it's too prominent of an item and a thing people wait for every year for, like, the fall to just get rid of it.
Especially in the Midwest. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I don't know. The only thing I could think of is, like, the pork prices are too far up. But even then, like, they would just raise the price of the McRib. Like, I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't believe them. And again, they said they've done this before, years ago. Like, they're just repeating. Either way.
I love that. So, I went to the Food and Wine website because apparently Food and Wine now covers the McRib, which is very fun.
All right.
But the McRib is apparently celebrating 40 years it's existed. That's a thing. But what's crazy about this is if you scroll down, they have all these other things that I think are like semi-related to it. It's very weird. So you can tell this must be the fast food section of the Food and Wine website because these are the related articles. Related articles.
Right.
Wendy's is introducing a new strawberry flavor Frosty for the first time ever. And then Taco Bell bringing back another discontinued item, but which one is up to you? And then Olive Garden bringing back the never-ending Pasta Bowl for the first time since 2019. And the best part about the never-ending Pasta Bowl, and this is why I wanted to bring this up, I read a thing that was like, if you work in a restaurant, what's some of the most messed up things you've ever seen? It was like a Reddit post. And, it was people dishing on restaurant stuff. But
right.
One that sticks with me forever is the fact that there was one person said, yeah, so when we used to have the never-ending Pasta Bowl, it would be never-ending. You could have as much pasta as you want. And I cannot tell you how many times I saw people come in, eat so much they puked, and then keep eating.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, no. And then other Olive Garden people were like, yep, happens all the time. And I was like, no. They're like, yeah, they do it right at the table. I was like,
insane.
No. So now I am we looked at Olive Garden, the amount of salt and the amount of I can't believe it. I was like, actually, I probably can. Never mind.
Like, you just eat, you throw up, and you're like, room for more now.
I'm telling you, it reminds me of that scene from the Hunger Games. Where they're like, well, you just drink this and you throw up and then you eat some more. There's so much to taste. I'm like, what the hell kind of madness is this?
That's crazy. That sounds awful. That sounds like a punishment.
It does. It sounds like when Homer went to hell.
Yeah.
They kept feeding him donuts.
Yeah, I remember that. Man. Well, here's the other story. Katmai National Park has crowned a new Fat Bear champion.
Yeah, Fat Bear. We missed Fat Bear Week, man. We missed Fat Bear Week.
Fat Bear Week, so we have to go back now, and we now know the champion. This is one time of the year we get to celebrate getting fat. Every October, Katmai National Park and Exploring.org celebrate another successful salmon run in their healthy brown bears with Fat Bear Week. Katmai National Park is home to more than 20,000 brown bears, many of whom spend their summers bulking at Brooks Falls and the Brooks River, where thousands of salmon migrate upstream to spawn. The bears compete with each other.
I don't know why that's thousands of salmon migrate. I don't know why you're saying that. It's funny to me.
Thousands of salmon migrate upstream to spawn. The bears compete with each other for the best fishing spots and often eat more than 30 salmon and more than 40,000 calories, just like Olive Garden. Mm-hmm. They must add huge amounts of fat so they can survive 6 to 8 months hibernation, during which the sows birth and nurse their cubs. The big boars become huge and compete for sows and the good fishing spots. Wait, big boars? Do they mean bears?
I don't know. You're reading it.
It says big boars.
I'm relying on you to figure this out.
Maybe they just typoed it. Or it's boars are joining in, whatever. Fat Bear Week.
Maybe it's boars and bears. It's crazy.
Fat Bear Week celebrates their success with a 12-bear single elimination bracket. Fans, many of whom have followed the Bears on the amazing live webcams on explore.org, vote for their favorite fat Bears. This year was very exciting, with fan favorites 480 Otis and 435 Holly competing with big boys 747, also known as Colbert, as well as Bear Force 1 and Bear 856.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate it.
The final on Fat Bear Tuesday set 747 against up-and-coming So 901, who gained a spectacular amount of weight this season, likely prepping for birthing cubs this winter. It came down to pure bulk. Voters crowned 747, who likely tops 1,400 pounds, the 2022 Fat Bear champion on October 11th. Congratulations. Fat Bear Week is a marvelous celebration of nature and the great work of our national parks, doing thanks to also explore.org for building a community of bear fans who anxiously await July when the Bears return and can be seen on camera every day. There are other cameras too, some watching orcas, eagles, and even polar bears.
I kind of want to see the polar bear camera. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Explore.org.
See what they're up to. They're probably just like, I'm drowning again. Probably sad. I actually don't want to see that now.
Let's see.
The polar bear's probably going through it right now.
Oh,
jeez.
No, this polar bear is just rolling around on his back. Oh, wait, that's a highlight. These polar bears are in the snow. Let's see. All live cams. Santa Monica Beach and Pier.
That's probably that one camera that's pretty famous where it like looks down on the pier.
It does look like that, yeah.
That one's used all the time. It's pretty nice.
Well, so it's like on the coastline, just looking out over the ocean. Mm-hmm. Mississippi River Flyway cam. This is a bunch of birds. Well, that's pretty fun. Explore.org.
You were having a moment. You were like checking stuff out, living your life.
That was great.
I'm here for it. Yeah, my man.
That's the news.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day.
You all right there? You having okay?
Loaf Saber, California baker crafts life-sized Han Solo out of bread.
Well, now I gotta Google this.
Hold on, here we go.
Bread Solo.
They got a picture of it.
This is like when someone makes something out of butter and you think to yourself, why? This is the exact same vibe.
Han Solo may be a hunk, but Pan Solo is a hunk of bread.
Get the shit out of here.
I hate these like article openings.
Stop it. That's terrible.
And I feel like they spend like at least 50% of their writing time just trying to
they workshopped that. They were like, they thought they were so clever.
That's what a bakery in the San Francisco Bay Area has dubbed its 6-foot bread sculpture of the Star Wars character as he appeared after being frozen in carbonite in The Empire Strikes Back. Hannah Lee Pervin and her mother, Catherine Pervin, co-owners of One House Bakery in Benicia, California, spent weeks molding, baking, and assembling the life-size sculpture using wood and 2 types of dough, including a type of yeastless dough with a higher sugar content that will last longer. The 2 worked at night after the day's business was done. The lovingly crafted details show Han Solo's anguish face and his hands straining to reach out. Hannah Lee said...
I mean, it does show that, yeah.
It does show that. It's true. Hannah Lee said she might have gotten a bit obsessed. Quote, "Mom made me leave it because I was obsessing over the lips," Hannah Lee Pervin told the New York Times. She was like, "You need to walk away." Creating Pan Solo, or Pan Solo, I don't know, was particularly meaningful, she told the paper, because she contracted COVID in January 2021 and lost much of her senses of smell and taste. Look at that. We're tying it back into the story. Yeah. So just to find a joy in a different part of food is really important, she said. The sculpture is now on display outside of the bakery, located about a half-hour's drive north of San Francisco. Pan Solo is the bakery's entry in the annual downtown Benicia Main Street Scarecrow Contest. Public will get to vote on their favorites from among more than 24 creations entered by local businesses. Pervins, who are big science fiction and fantasy fans, entered another Star Wars-themed creation in 2020 featuring the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. Unfortunately, pan solo won't last forever. The dough eventually will be composted, not eaten. So as a wise Jedi might warn, don't use the forks, Luke.
I've never hated an article more. I've never hated any...
They couldn't even just leave it at the intro. They had to like just bring it full circle.
Yeah, you know what? That sucked is what it did. I will say it doesn't. I don't know. Bread is a relative term. It doesn't look like any bread I've ever seen before. It looks like dough, certainly.
It does look like dough, yeah, but it definitely doesn't look like bread.
No, and also, why didn't they call it Han Solo?
Yeah, I don't like pan solo. Like I don't know.
Han Solo.
Yeah, you think Han Solo would have been better? Yeah,
well, it's Han Solo, I guess. Whatever the case may be, it's interesting. It does look like Han Solo. The problem is it looks like Han Solo like got caught in wax or some shit. Like he's like, help me, I'm stuck.
It does. That's like.
I will say, I went to their website, and I saw they had online ordering. I was like, oh, I wonder how everything's sold out. So whatever they did here, they clearly made enough sales that it paid off in the long run. Yeah. So good on them.
Oh my God! Look at this. They made a Game of Thrones chair
out of baguettes. I love that.
And it's Game of Scones, apparently.
Hilarious, but it's baguettes.
Yeah, but it's baguettes. So.
If it was scones, you should have made some scones.
Yeah, they're just doing the bread pun, but you can't just do that and then have a full baguette chair. You can't
just do a bread pun. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so get better at your puns. That's what we're saying.
Also, I don't know where Benicia, California is. Where is that? Whoa, okay, that's north of San Francisco. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's up north.
Yep. I was like, I've never heard of that. Where's that at? It's between San Francisco and Sacramento. So there you go.
There you go.
All right, what's our big news story of the day?
I was going to do venomous cobra missing for 6 days in Swedish zoo located, but still free. Because it tied into the Nick Cage thing.
That's very funny. I love that it's located, but they're like, we don't want to mess with it. Yeah. That guy's venomous.
Then there's young bird may have set nonstop distance record by flying from Alaska to Australia, which we were just talking about, Australia.
Oh my God, that's amazing. How do you do that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay.
Canberra, Australia. A young bar-tailed godwit appears to have set a non-stop distance record for migratory birds by flying at least 13,560 kilometers, or 8,435 miles, from Alaska to the Australian state of Tasmania. The bird was tagged as a hatchling in Alaska during the Northern Hemisphere summer. A tracking GPS chip and a tiny solar panel that enabled an international research team to follow its first annual migration across the Pacific Ocean. BirdLife Tasmania convener Eric Wohler said because the bird was so young, its gender wasn't known. Aged about 5 months, it left southwest Alaska at the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta on October 13th and touched down 11 days later at Anson's Bay on the island of Tasmania's northeastern tip on October 24th, according to data from Germany's Max Planck, what a name, Institute for Ornithology. The research has yet to be published or peer-reviewed. The bird started on a southwestern course towards Japan, then turned southeast over Alaska's Aleutian Islands, a map published by New Zealand's Pukoro Miranda Shorebird Center shows. I feel like this article is just trying to get me to read crazy names and words.
I'm here for it.
The bird was again tracking southwest when it flew over near Kiribati and New Caledonia, then past the Australian mainland before turning directly west for Tasmania, Australia's most southerly state. The satellite trail showed it covered 13,560 kilometers without stopping. Whether this is an accident, whether the bird got lost, or whether this is part of normal pattern of migration for the species, we still don't know, said Wohler, who's part of the research project. Guinness World Records lists the longest recorded migration by a bird without stopping for food or rest as 12,200 kilometers, or 7,580 miles, by satellite-tagged male bar-tailed godwit flying from Alaska to New Zealand. That flight was recorded in 2020 as part of the same decade-old research project, which also involves China's Fudan University, New Zealand's Massey University, and the Global Flyway Network. The same bird broke its own record with a 13,000-kilometer, 8,100-mile flight on its next migration last year, but Guinness has yet to acknowledge that feat. Wohler has said researchers did not know whether the latest bird known by its satellite tag flew as one or part of a flock. There are so few birds that have been tagged, we don't know. It may be that half the birds that do the migration from Alaska come to Tasmania directly rather than through New Zealand, or it might be 1%, or it might be that this is the first it's ever happened. Adult birds depart Alaska earlier than juveniles, so the tagged bird was unlikely to have followed more experienced travelers south. Wohler hopes to see the bird once wet weather clears in the remote corner of Tasmania, where it will fatten up, having lost half its body weight on the journey. Oh my God. Can you imagine doing something where you lose half your body weight?
I wish. I'm looking at a map right now, and it's fat. Apparently this happens frequently. And the bar-tailed godwit is known for this. And I guess they have a southward migration, which is they go from either their like breeding range, which is way far north. We're talking the northern part of Alaska, the northern part of Russia, and then they fly way far south. Literally, they leave Russia and Alaska, fly all the way south to New Zealand, Tasmania, Australia, chill there, and then migrate their ass all the way back up past Japan, past China, back up to either Alaska or Russia, and do it all over again.
Oh my God!
Crazy.
These birds are flying around like airplanes.
There's this one path that they have listed where this bird goes from New Zealand to Japan, and then Japan to Alaska.
Oh my God.
That's like the amount of... That's so crazy to me.
That is crazy.
Wow.
They got giant beaks. They
probably like snap up, like get fish out of the water maybe, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that does look like a spear. Like a spear a fish.
That's fascinating.
That's great. What a cool bird.
Yeah, that guy's living life for himself. I love that. Yeah. That guy's like, hey, I don't need to stay here. I'm going to go on vacation. This bird and we relate to each other. He's like, I need to get the hell out of here. I'm going away for a little bit.
And then
where are you going? I'm going to New Zealand. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you spear a few fish.
Yeah. I use my tongue to grab a few fish.
Yeah.
And then I go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's your big news story of the day.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
Florida traveler stuffed gun into a raw chicken and tried to bring it on plane.
Of course, you had to say Florida travels like we didn't already know it's definitely who was.
Oh, yeah.
The best part is it wasn't like they went and got a Costco chicken and put the gun in it. It was, we're bringing a raw chicken.
Yeah.
All right, why?
A prospective air traveler was roasted by the Transportation Security Administration on social media on Monday after officers with the federal agency said it caught the person trying to conceal a gun inside a raw chicken stashed in their carry-on luggage. The weapon was flagged at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Florida, where officers found it wrapped in what looked like thin paper packaging and hidden inside a raw chicken. I'm less concerned about the gun and more concerned about the raw chicken. They probably would be too. Like, this dude's got a raw chicken in his bag.
I don't know what that... Like, that is some serial killer shit. Like, it is... It makes that... Oh, you're just going to bring a raw chicken on a plane? Why?
I'm going to be cooking it. In my life. A post shared to the official TSA Instagram account on Monday included photos of the uncooked bird being examined in an airport security screening area and the gun once it was removed and unwrapped. Its caption leaned heavily into Thanksgiving-themed puns, starting with, "There's a personal foul here."
No, you know what?
Nope.
TSA, you're a governmental agency. We don't need jokes. we don't know.
We don't need jokes here.
No.
The plot chickens. Jesus.
You know what? I was fine with the fact that they used roasted to begin with. I was like, all right, I'll let it slide. But that sucks ass. For shame on you, writer. For shame.
We barrel our way closer to Thanksgiving, a TSA spokesperson wrote. For us, it's a time to be thankful for that our officers are always working around the clock to keep you safe.
This is the TSA said this?
Yeah.
I have to go through those damn metal detectors and pretend like you have authority, and you're going to do this? Get out of town.
It gets worse. Take, for instance, this "Can you believe it?" find at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. We hate to beak it to you here, but stuffing a firearm into your holiday bird for travel is just a bad waste of time. This idea wasn't even half-baked. It was raw, greasy, and obviously unsupervised. The only roast happening here is this poor packing choice. Whether you like it or not, there are rules for traveling with guns and ammunition.
I stand corrected. This is the best article that's ever been written. This is one of those jokes that went from being not funny to, like, you know when the comedian does a thing so much it's funny at first, and then it becomes unfunny, and then becomes funny again? Yeah. That's where we hit funny again.
That's true.
That was amazing.
I think they're just like, all right, let's see, Janet, go write an article about it, make a post. And then Janet was like, all right, how can I get out of work today? Let's just think of all the puns I can for this article.
You know someone was online Googling chicken puns. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Cuisine for a full Thanksgiving menu, including fresh meat and seafood, are permitted in carry-on luggage as long as travelers abide by federal packaging guidelines, which are available on the TSA website. However, people looking to travel with guns and ammunition are required to pack unloaded weapons in locked, hard-sided containers in their checked bags and must declare those items at the airport ticket counter when they arrive. The officer's discovery in Fort Lauderdale is among many bizarre finds by TSA officers at airports across the U.S. Last year, a chainsaw was flagged in New Orleans, and something the agency called a meth burrito was confiscated in Houston.
I love meth burrito. That sounds... I would love to see what that... I'm looking it up. I'm going to the internet.
Yep.
Meth burrito.
Traveler busted with crystal meth inside breakfast burrito. That checks out.
Yeah. I just want to see it. I just want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's very hard to find online.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
It really was just a breakfast burrito with meth inside of it.
So, yeah, at least this is a little more, like passable. Like, oh, they're just bringing their wrapped burrito. But even then, it's still weird.
But I can understand why a drug dealer or someone would think, oh, I'll bring my burrito on the plane. No one's going to check my plane burrito. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
sense. How would you... I guess you'd have to get it through security first, then put it in a burrito, get it on the plane. That might make sense, but you still have to bring it. And there's no way you'd be dumb enough to bring a burrito off the street into an airport and try to smuggle that onto the plane. Although, never mind. That's probably what happened.
It probably is what moral of the story, don't put your weapons and drugs in food.
Maybe not take them on a plane at all.
Nah, just don't try to put them in food.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it then.
That's it. I have a quick news story. It's top tier. I have to do it. Very quick.
Okay. All right.
Chain smoking marathoner finishes in under 3.5 hours, and he's done it before.
Now, was this person smoking during the run?
Yes. Here he is. We show
if this guy doesn't look like... Yep. Yep. Wow. Yeah. I mean, good on him, I guess.
Yep.
I'm not sure what he's trying to prove, but like, good on him.
I don't know. Marathon runners are such a dedicated bunch that many fine-tune their breathing to maximize oxygen intake for 26.2-mile races. But a 50-year-old Chinese man decided to take a more leisurely approach this month, chain smoking his way through the Jinjiang Marathon in Jiande, China. I said that wrong, probably. And he did it in under 3.5 hours. Chen Bangxian, nicknamed Uncle Chen.
Of course he was. Of course he's Uncle Chen.
That is Uncle Chen, if I've ever heard it. Finished the arduous race on November 6th in 3 hours and 28 minutes, according to a certificate from race organizers first reported in English language by Canadian Running. Despite Chen's apparent aversion to oxygen, he came in 574th place out of about 1,500. He's like in the top third. His time was nearly an hour faster than 4 hour, 29-minute average for finishing marathons. Photos of the, quote, grandpa have since gone viral on the Chinese social media platform Weibo. They left digital onlookers in such belief that marathon organizers shared his finishing certificate online to lay skepticism to rest. So I guess that's him closing to the finish line.
I absolutely love this. Look, smoking's bad for you, but 50-year-old Chinese men smoking while running, something about that hilarious. I don't know what it is.
That's impressive.
Yeah, he has this looking. Here's the thing, though. He is, I would say, incredibly fit.
Oh, yeah, he definitely stays
Despite
in
the
shape.
fact that he definitely is going to get some form of lung cancer, he is looking incredibly fit. So even though his lungs may not be tip-top shape, the rest of him, he's jacked. Like, he is the kind of thin fit I think Crendor wants to be.
That is definitely how I'd be. That is my thin fit right there.
Like, he is, every muscle in him is visible.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I am now. I'm getting there.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's not, again, long-term health good for you at all.
Definitely not.
But this guy, I think, could do a few more races before he goes down.
100%.
Yeah.
And there's your big news story of the day.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Menacing wild turkeys led by Kevin are taking a New England city for themselves.
God. Go on. I have so many thoughts, but okay.
A flock of feathered hooligans have been intimidating residents of Woburn, Massachusetts, and their leader is one especially tough turkey, Kevin. The five...
You know what? Usually I hate writing like this, but I'm here for it.
Yep.
Today, I'm here for it.
The five wild birds spend a lot of time in particular on the lawn of a woman named Megan Tolson, according to a report from The Guardian, appropriately published on Thanksgiving. Tolson, who gave Kevin his name, characterizes him as the bad egg amongst the otherwise all-female turkey crew. The hens she calls Gladys, Esther, Monica, and Patricia. The women are more mellow and not so territorial, but I think he kind of amps them up to get them going to chase people, she told The Guardian.
Well, of course it's the guy doing that.
Yeah.
Come on, we gotta go chase them.
Tolson has posted multiple videos showing Kevin lurking near the door of her home or car. They don't let you out of your house, she said. While The Guardian brought national attention to Kevin and his band of rogues, local media has also covered their antics in recent months. They're up at 6 a.m. in my lawn and start chasing us, trying to pop the tires. It's wild. David Scarapiti, a turkey expert with the Wildlife Department, said that these kind of problems arise when turkeys become too habituated to humans. Typically, this happens due to people feeding them directly or from the turkeys freeloading off of bird feeders intended for other kinds of birds. Turkeys are just acting out what they do amongst themselves. He added that running away can fuel the problem because they'll begin to see you as subdominant to them. Instead, he recommends carrying an umbrella and opening it in front of you to frighten off the birds. Meanwhile, Tolson has taken the situation in stride and has even developed some affection for Kevin and co. They kind of grow on you a bit, she said.
There's so much I actually learned now about turkeys and birds.
Yeah.
Like, I love the idea that, look, do not run from them. That makes they have established dominance over you. You must instead Shake an umbrella at them.
Honestly, it's like cats. If you run from a cat, they're going to think you're like food, essentially, and they'll chase you down.
Sure. I get it. Fascinating.
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. And then, just don't feed wild animals outside. That's another good one. Some people, they're like, I've been feeding the raccoons outside. And there's like 50 raccoons, and they're like making videos like, it's the raccoon house. And it's like, those raccoons are going to like tear through the windows and shit. Like, where's the food? Where is it? You forgot your one day of feeding. 100%.
Love it. Yes. Absolutely here for it.
Yeah.
I love a good animal story. They're always my favorite.
Yeah, just like that. What was the one? The seal was in the house.
Yeah,
like broke in.
The guy with the alligator in the convenience mart.
Yeah.
The snake in the car. Even you know what? Even Monkey Mondays. I always think back to Monkey Mondays.
That's a staple. Monkey Mondays. They still aren't back.
They were gone. I can't believe they ruined Monkey Mondays for everyone.
Let me just do a quick Google check.
Are Monkey Mondays back?
No. Doesn't look like it. However, there is a
ruthless
YouTube video called Monkey Monday official music video, but that's not Monkey Mondays.
Yeah, that's not our Monkey Monday.
Yeah, no. So sad times, but that's your big news story of the day.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
Oh boy, we got a good one.
I'm ready.
We may have covered it in the past, but I don't remember and I don't care. Thousands of monkeys celebrate Feast Day in central Thailand, and it's bananas.
Go on.
Lapburi, Thailand. A meal fit for monkeys was served on Sunday at the annual Monkey Feast Festival in central Thailand.
I'm looking it up now. Monkey Feast Festival? Come on, man.
Monkey Feast Festival. Well, I'm going to send you this monkey. Here we go.
All right, so when you're like at the mall and there's those weird stores that sell like curios and knickknacks, and out front there's always some sort of ugly butler, like a statue of a butler. Yeah. It's just a bunch of ugly monkey butlers with food on plates, and then actual monkeys eating the food off the monkey butler plates, and it's very bizarre.
It really is.
I love it. Very bizarre.
Throngs of macaque monkeys, they say it.
It is now.
Macaque monkeys ran around at times fighting with each other while the crowds of visitors and locals grew. As the carefully prepared feast was brought towards the temple, the ravenous creatures began to pounce and were soon devouring the largely vegetarian spread. It says, amid the morning traffic, rows of monkey statues holding trays were lined up outside the compound of the ancient 3 pagodas, while volunteers prepared food across the road for real monkeys, the symbol of Lapburi province, 93 miles north of Bangkok. While the entertainment value of the festival is high, organizers are quick to point out that it is not just monkey business. Quote, this Monkey Feast Festival is a successful event that helps promote Lapburi's tourism among international tourists every year. Previously, there were around 300 monkeys in Lapburi before increasing to nearly 4,000 nowadays, but Lapburi is known as a monkey city, which means monkeys and people can live in harmony. Such harmony could be seen in the lack of shyness exhibited by the monkeys, which climbed on visitors' vehicles and lampposts. At times, the curious animals looked beyond the abundant feast and took an interest in other items. Quote, there was a monkey on my back as I was trying to take a selfie. He grabbed the sunglasses right up my face and ran on top of the lamppost and was trying to eat them for a while, said Aisha Bhatt, an English teacher from California working in Thailand.
Oh, my God.
The delighted onlookers were largely undeterred by the risk of petty theft, although some were content to exercise caution. We have to take care of them. Better leave them to it. Not too near is better, said Carlos Rodway, a tourist from Cadiz, Spain, having previously been unceremoniously treated as a climbing frame by a monkey. The festival's annual tradition in Lapburi the provincial capital, and held as a way to show gratitude to the monkeys for bringing in tourism. This year's theme is monkeys feeding monkeys.
That explains it, yeah.
An antidote to previous years where monkey participation has decreased due to high numbers of tourists, which intimidated the animals.
I need to say, the research I did on this is fascinating. Like, they're talking about how they will build giant, towering pyramids of watermelons, durian, pineapple, all things I would show up to eat that. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I'd fight those monkeys to eat that. But then, this is the best part, is the origins, I guess, are at least 2,000 years old. And it is, according to the tale, I guess, there's the epic tale of Rama, a divine prince, and his struggle to rescue his wife Sita from the clutches of a demon lord. According to the tale, the monkey king Hanuman and his army helped rescue Sita. Here's the thing. If you are a Black Panther movie fan, you recognize M'Batu, the best character. Every time he goes, glory to Hanuman, that's this dude. So that's pretty cool. That all clicked for me. I was like, that's awesome.
And really, this is like a mega Monkey Monday when you think about it.
It really, you know what? It really is. When the world, I've often said this, the universe is about balance. And when the world takes away your Florida Monkey Monday, Thailand gives you the greatest monkey celebration ever. That honestly makes up for a lot of the missed Monkey Mondays.
It really does. And
it really does.
The people don't even complain when the monkeys take their stuff or attack
No,
them.
they sat there and they're like, look at him try to eat my glasses.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I like Monkey Feast Day.
Big fan of this.
We need more.
Monkey Mondays are back, baby.
Yeah. Nice. Monkey Mondays are back.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. We actually got two of them because they're kind of shorter. One is a Florida man stole $1,375 worth of toothbrushes and threw them off a bridge.
Okay. So, the start of this story, you said he stole 1,000. I'm like, all right, so he stole some money. And then you said toothbrushes, and I was like, okay, right. That's weird. And then he said, and then threw them off a bridge. And that took me on a roller coaster of, I don't know what any of that means. Where did he get those Like, did he go to the toothbrush factory? Where do you get 1,000 toothbrushes?
Let's find out. Tracy J. Mofield of Islamorada is charged with larceny. 37 years old. According to the Monroe County Police Squad, he stole $1,375 worth of... six electric toothbrushes worth $1,375 from a Walgreens.
Oh, okay. All right. I was about to say, normal has toothbrush? That's like $1. So what is he doing? Electric toothbrushes? Okay. All right.
Yeah, electric toothbrushes.
Although, they be raising the prices of normal ass toothbrushes too. It's just plastic and little bristle things. They're charging like $5, $6. Nah. That's why you need to get on that Quip train.
Gotta get on that Quip train. Deputies say witnesses saw Mofield leave the store with the items without paying. They added he was in a white Lexus. Deputies located the Lexus, but Mofield sped away. The vehicle is spotted again, where deputies took Mofield into custody. Sheriff's office says he admitted to stealing the items and throwing them off the Long Key Bridge. But yeah, why did he throw him off the bridge? Was he like, he's going to get caught?
Maybe that's why he did it. Yeah, but also, why do you need that many toothbrushes to begin with?
Yeah. I don't know. Why is he stealing 6 of them? I guess maybe he's going to resell them.
I didn't know that the aftermarket toothbrush industry was big. I had no idea.
What did you buy on the black market? I bought my drugs. What did you buy? Oh, an electric toothbrush.
Damn, those are hard to get. People be stealing those like crazy.
I thought my heroin was hard to get, but electric toothbrush, forget about it.
People just throwing them off bridges.
Meanwhile, just some guy sitting under a bridge, just like, whoa, electric toothbrush.
I wonder, did they recover the toothbrushes, or was it part of the plan? Like, he threw them under the bridge, and then it was like a Mission Impossible movie where there's a boat down there where there were guys waiting for the toothbrushes.
Yeah. So that happened. Then we have prison time for Miami fortune teller who took $3 million from woman to lift family curse. Yep.
Well, curse lifted?
Did she see this coming?
How did I know that was going to be the start of this article?
Always is. A federal judge sentenced a so-called psychic and fortune teller from Miami who prosecutors say swindled more than $3 million out of a woman by claiming she needed the money to break a family curse. 51-year-old Samantha Stevens was sentenced to spend 30 months in prison on fraud and money laundering charges. According to prosecutors, Stevens met the victim in 2012, gained her trust, convinced that a curse had been placed on her family. Stevens claimed she needed to perform rituals on large sums of money in order to lift the curse. Prosecutors said.
Whoa, what do you mean? Perform rituals on large sums of money?
Yep. That's what it says.
What?
Yep.
I don't even know what that means. Like, you bring the money and then she's like, Avada Kedavra, and then the curse is lifted? How does this work?
I guess. I don't know. According to prosecutors... Oh, wait. It says the victim was led to believe that if she didn't hand over the money, she and her family would be harmed. Stevens, along with 42-year-old Michael Paul Guzman, with whom she was in a relationship, spent the victim's money on vehicles, property, and casino gambling. They said the two took the woman's money over a 4-year period, ending in 2016 after the victim could no longer pay for the rituals. That led the victim to contact federal law enforcement. Guzman was sentenced to spend 38 months in prison. The two will have to pay nearly $3.2 million in restitution.
They never said, oh, man, we got enough. Now we can say that we've cured the curse or whatever. They kept going until she was like, I have no more money. And then they were like, fine, and left. And that's why she go. I would have been like, oh, we don't need to pay us. We'll do it for free. Oh, and now you're cured. Oh, that's crazy. They didn't even think to do that? Oh, my God.
Yeah. That is... And then the fact that, like, you know what I gotta do to lift this curse, obviously, is I need large sums of money.
I feel like after the $1 million mark, I would have been like, I don't think this is working. $3 million? That's mind-blowing.
That is wild. Like, my God. Yeah, you would think, I wouldn't even, if it was like $100, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'll take the curse.
Yeah, maybe if I, like, really thought my family was cursed, 100 would be fine.
Yeah.
And at, like, 200. But, like, once you start to get to the 1,000 range, I'd be like, what are you actually doing to stop this curse?
Yeah. Yeah, like, what is she doing? Is she just an obvious, like, when did this happen in 2012? So this has been happening, like, for a long-ass time.
Yeah, they said they did it over years.
Yeah, so she must have been like, it's got to be like a manipulation thing, right?
I mean, like, certainly, but it's also crazy to me that you would, basically, you are cursed. Because you allowed people to do, like, you're like, I'm cursed, and then you allow people to take $3 million from you, curse continues. If anything, proof of the curse.
Yeah.
You brought a curse upon yourself. You probably had no curse to begin with, and you self-fulfilled your own prophecy.
Yeah, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy curse.
Yeah, that was it. She got by her own self.
She got.
She got.
Those are your news stories of the day.
All right. Well, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. We got two smaller ones, both involving
None of these are big.
Well, I guess that's technically true. These are some big, small news stories of the day.
Yep.
Again, both involving the Grinch. So, first one, 300 skiing Santas, a Grinch, and a tree hit the slopes for Maine charity. So, a bunch of Santa lookalikes took to the ski slopes to spread some seasonal cheer. More than 300 jolly old elves, all dressed in red, dashed together down a mountain with white beards and Santa hats, flapping in the breeze. At a Sunday River ski resort in Maine. A skiing Grinch and a skiing Christmas tree joined the party. It wasn't exactly a winter wonderland. There was little natural snow. The snowmaking machines at Sunday River produced enough of the fluffy stuff for the annual tradition. Sunday Santa has grown in popularity for more than 2 decades, raising $7,500 this year for a local charity.
I love the fact that like it's a Santa thing, but there's always the one guy who's like, I'm gonna go as the Grinch.
Yeah, I gotta go as the Grinch. I always go as the Grinch. I'm the Grinch. And now we have the Grinch story, more so of the Grinch story. By the way, how many... Isn't that one of the movies where there's, like, numerous Grinch movies? I know there's the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, there's the original and there's that. You mean there's more than one Grinch movie?
I think so.
You're making me look this up.
Yeah, 2018 Grinch.
Oh, that's right. The one with Benedict Cumberbatch that no one saw.
Yeah, that one. Like
the Illumination one.
At least the Jim Carrey one, he's just like, it's really weird. And you're like, what the shit? And he's like, I will be the Grinch. And then this one's just like a weird animated one.
Is that? So I guess there's 3 Grinch movies, which admittedly, probably too many.
Yeah. Yeah, the original one's probably still the best. Just the classic old one.
I mean, it has the look, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although, never mind, this is a lie. In 2020, there was a musical, The Grinch, on NBC.
What?
Dude, I'm looking at this. Look at this poster. This sucks so badly.
What the shit is that?
Shake your grump is what it says. I'm going to pitch that to the Game Grumps. Guys, have you ever considered Shake Your Grump? It got a 3.8 out of 10.
It looks so bad. Like, what? Oh my... Like, look at... Do you see, like, some of the pictures from the musical? It looks so bad.
I'm looking at it right now. It is a thing that existed.
Yeah. It still exists.
Why on earth they made this is beyond me, but you know, NBC be doing that.
Yeah.
They love their crappy musicals.
They sure do.
Well, now there's four too many things.
4 too many.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Arizona police ticket driver for carpooling with inflatable Grinch.
Why is it always Grinches?
I don't know. The Grinch came early for an Arizona driver who tried to pass off an inflatable figure of the Dr. Seuss character as a passenger. The Arizona Department of Public Safety says a state trooper last week noticed a car and high-occupancy vehicle laying on Interstate 10 in Phoenix with a suspicious-looking green passenger. Yeah, didn't someone else use the Grinch as their carpool person?
I think this is... Yeah, it feels like... Is this an old story?
No, this is from last week. But I think someone else did this, like, years ago.
Grinch passenger inflatable. This has to be a thing. Well, what sucks about this is that I typed in Grinch passenger inflatable, and it literally came up with products designed for that. On Amazon, you can literally buy a thing called Christmas Inflatables Grinch Car Buddy Inflatable Ride Along. $43.
That is...
So, I mean... You know,
I feel like someone else did this years ago, but I don't see any like record of it. Are we the crazy ones?
I mean, what is record keeping on the internet anyway? If it's not from the last, few years, and it doesn't exist.
I mean, it might have been from the last few years. I don't even know.
It's probably people buying this damn thing and thinking that it means they can go the HOV lane.
It's gotta be. Does anybody remember us covering a similar thing? There's gotta be, right? Either way, while the gag may have caused the officer's heart to grow, it did not stop the driver from getting cited for being in the HOV lane during a restricted time. The agency, however, cannot help but post a photo of the Grinch with the driver's face blurred on its Twitter account, saying they appreciate the festive flair, but the driver's action was still illegal. Follow traffic laws.
I love they were just like, yes, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the article, and it is 100% the inflatable Grinch from the one you can buy at Amazon.
Yep.
I was like, surely they didn't think. Nope, never mind. They did. They
sure did.
Yep, there you go. This is why I stayed in my cave and put on my VR and go fast.
Yeah, this is why we need the metaverse. That's big news stories.
Now that's it for us. Thanks so much. We'll see y'all next week. And as always,
whoa,
to be continued.